So coming up next, we have Swami Beyondananda, nationally known eco-savvy comedian. Swami Beyondananda is the only guru to channel Bullwinkle, Elvis, and Dylan all at the same time. He's been called the Mark Twain of our generation by Marianne Williamson, and his alter ego, Steve Bowerman, is the author of the book Spontaneous Evolution, Our Positive Future and a Way to Get There From Here, with cellular biologist Bruce Lipton. Check him out here and make sure to see his brand new show, which is going to be at the San Geronimo Valley Community Center on Saturday, June 22nd, produced by our very own Hannah Doris. So here we go. Hang on.
Well, hello everybody. Okay, listen, this is going to be recorded from my live at the Giant Stadium album, so let's hear it. Hello everybody. Now you may have noticed I was supposed to be on earlier, but I just came in from the most intensive tree hugger event in the planet. I was just in Arizona, and the tree huggers there, they use the saguaro, so that's kind of a tough thing there. So, but you're in the right place, and this is the right time, because here we are. It's Earth Day. It's about time that we begin to celebrate what we really have. And this is what we have. We have life on the planet, and it's for real. And so I think it's time that we really turn this entire spiritual thing inside out, and we take our inside and turn it outside, and begin to reflect on life, and begin to heal that life on the planet. Now is the time. You know why? Because it's too late to do it sooner, that's why. Now people ask me all the time about climate change and global warming. So is global warming real? Well, I'll tell you something. I just got back from a trip to the future. I took a fabulous vacation in Tropicana. So there's definitely something going on. And you know, these are times of great transformation. It has been predicted that a great shift will be taking place, and many people are asking, why is this shift happening to me? Well, because shift happens, and the shift has hit the fan, yes? And we think we are, yes? And you know, it's a funny thing. Because of all of the great changes going on the planet, people are consulting the great mystics. Now, as you know, there's two kinds of mystics. There are the optimists and the pessimists. See, the pessimists believe that they're more in touch with reality, but the optimists are happier and live longer. See, the pessimists have been telling us the sky is falling, the sky is falling. The optimists say no. It only looks that way because we are ascending. Now, I would have to call myself an optimistic realist. There are many people out there who say that the glass is 95% empty. I say no, just the opposite. It is 5% full. Very important that we take this, that we adopt this new position. Now, this is a very, very spiritual group, and I can tell because I can see your auras. And you already recognize that we, each of us, already have all of the answers within. So, matching them with the corresponding questions, that is the challenge. And so I know you've seen a lot of programs today. Perhaps you have questions. If you have an answerable question for the Swami will have a questionable answer for you. So who has a question? Something that's been puzzling you? Let it puzzle me as well. Oh, don't be afraid to appear foolish. Look at me, okay. Yes, I have. Do I think the what? The Beatles will be reunited. Well, I think for the Beatles to be reunited, we have to wait for Paul and Ringo to make their transition. But their music will be here forever because it really is looking to the future. You know, I recently decided for the new millennium that we needed to upgrade one of the Beatle tunes. So do I have your permission to upgrade a Beatle tune? Because, you know, if we look at nowhere, and we create a little space From nowhere we get now here. Ready? He's a real now here man. He's near here now in now here land, making all his now here plans for now bodies. Ready? Got a here now point of view. He's right where he's going to. Now here man, I can help you to be here now. Yes? Because this is really, really important. You know, I believe in parallel universes. How many people believe in parallel universes? Yes, I didn't. Oh yeah. I have a cousin who lives in a parallel universe. He just sent me a parallelogram. That's how I know he exists. And in parallel universes, we recognize that every minute we have the choice to step into this universe or to step into that universe based on our choice of whether we choose love or fear. And so the good news is love is more powerful than fear. Otherwise we'd be singing, all you need is fear. And so as long as we begin to focus in the heart, this is very, very important. In the head, we have beliefs that keep us separate. What people believe is unbelievable. But in the heart, that is where we have the heart coherence of love. We call it leverage, yes? We need to leave the static of the head for the ecstatic of the heart. Then we have heartland security, we won't need homeland security, yes? Yes, okay. Who else has a question? Oh, yes.
Do you think we'll be able to reverse global warming before it's too late?
Well, we'll be able to reverse global warming before it is too late. You know, I don't make predictions because I don't want to jeopardize my nonprofit status. And of course, in California, if you read the papers, there's a new law in California where you can actually now sue your psychic. No, here's how it works. If you're a sucker for a seer, and when the seer sees sucks, you can redress your grievance in a seer sucker suit. So, and we live in a universe of infinite possibilities, don't we? They try to predict the weather, one little butterfly fart, and off we go, yes? So, here's the thing. Here's the greatest wisdom that I have ever learned about predictions. It was a conversation I heard many years ago. The great baseball player, Willie Mays, was being interviewed by Howard Cosell. So I'm going to channel this for you and you'll get the message. We're talking with Willie Mays. Willie, let me ask you this. Will the Giants win the pennant this year, Willie Mays? And Willie Mays said, I don't know, Howard. That's what we're going to play the season to find out. So this is what we're going to play the season to find out. Something better than predictions, I call it television. If you don't like the current programming, turn off your TV, tell-a-vision instead. I tell-a-vision to you and you tell-a-vision to me. And we have healing and functional visions to step into. And that beats whether we've been stepping into. Yes? And so right now, if you're talking about are we going to be able to do this? You know, I think one of the great things about nature is that nature has natural balance. Yes? It always restores natural balance. So it's true, for the past several generations, the planet has gotten warmer. Yes? But each generation of children are cooler than their parents. It's a natural balance. Okay, who else? I have several answers left. Yes. What about the environmental revolution? Well, so far everything seems to be revolting, right? So I think better than revolution, because revolution means the wheel just keeps turning and turning and turning and nothing ever changes. We need an evolutionary. We need an evolutionary uprising, where enough of us, a critical mass of the uncritical masses, wake up and wise up and realize that we're all in this together, that we're all cells in the same body of humanity. And we need to gather under one big intent. Release fear of not having enough, which we call scarcity, and embrace having all that we need, which we call abundance. That is when we get up off of our assets, move our buns, and dance together to turn the funk into function and leave the junk into junction. And the good news is we have the infrastructure to do this. We have the internet. And now we need to take the good ideas on the internet and actually let them flow on the outer net. So we create a grassroots economy to regrow the garden from the grassroots up. And have a heaven of a time doing it. I mean, why don't we go for heaven on earth just for the hell of it? Okay, I have time for that. Yes, another question. What's happening with the bees? Well, I haven't heard the latest buzz. But I think a lot of what's happening with the bees has to do with genetically modified organisms. Now, I have to admit that I was apathetic. I didn't know much and didn't think much about GMO foods, and then something happened that woke me up. I was in a restaurant, and you know what they were serving? They were serving chicken apple sausages. I said, that's taking GMO too far. I'm sorry. No way that chickens and apples should be doing that together. I can't even imagine what it would look like. And so I think that part of it, we have to, there's that song called Monsanto Claus is Coming to Town. And so we have to wake up and recognize that nobody needs to own life on this planet. We have to take the emphasis away from money. Money, because what has happened is that the golden rule until now has been overruled by the rule of gold. We have to confront what we see as a gold-collar crime wave. Forget white-collar crime. It's gold-collar crime. Anybody else nostalgic for the good old days? Remember when people robbed banks? Remember when that used to happen? It's all turned around now, right? And these gold-collar criminals, we have to actually be able to identify these sociopathogens. They have figured out how to color the gold without getting colored themselves. They've learned to use their energy, what the Chinese call qi, to gain unfair advantage. This is called cheating. Cheating, yes. So if enough of us wake up and wise up and gather around the virtues and values that 90% of us have in common, then we will be able to isolate the sociopathogens and they will not be able to have their hold. Great uprising. Anybody else? A question? Oh? What is that? Okay, I've got a few more. I got one more question. Unfortunately, I don't have time for any more answers. Yes?
How do we create a conversation where we voluntarily create a population that escape?
Oh, this is good. This is about the biggest problem that we face as a planet, extraterrestrials. We have way too many terrestrials and we don't need any extra. Now I think I figured it out. The answer to this problem of shrinking our footprint, other than wearing smaller shoes of course, the answer to that problem is multiple personalities. Because listen, I read about this guy who has 10 personalities. 10 personalities in one body. That's efficiency. I know, if we had more people like that, we'd need fewer people. So I think that that's really the secret, because I think if all of us lived more and more fully, then we wouldn't have to have so many people. Because our mission in life is to let our light fully shine. The enlightened ones call this fulfillment. Thank you. May the farce be with you. I will be over there in the hereafter with books. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Swami.